Welcome back, planner friends. So I got to thinking this week about why I was not having planner peace, and I'm pretty sure I truly had planner peace when I was in rings. So I am moving back to rings this week. I've been in the Hobonichi weeks for 2 years now, and I have carried it in a traveler's notebook. Now this one is not strapped in. I've went ahead and taken it out, but I usually carry it in this one. It's Levi by Rowena, and it's one of my favorite leathers. I absolutely love her leathers. And so I'm gonna try rings again. My problem when I plan is that I have like 4 different books that I write in. I have one that I journal, I have one that I plan, I have, one that I brain dump, and I really, even though my traveler's notebook can hold different booklets, I really want something that I can move pages around in, that I can add and take out, and just have everything in one place. I feel like I'm so scattered because I have, just little books everywhere. So I am moving out of my traveler's notebook, sadly, and into this Giglio Campagna medium size. And I've cut a few pages and put in it already. This is out of a Gibbon Techo knockoff that is on AliExpress. So it is laid out just like the Gibbon, but the pages are a lot thicker, and it's not Tomoe River paper, it's just some thick paper. So I really like this layout for bullet journaling. So anyway, to get on to what this video is about, and please let me apologize for my cats. They are super excited that I'm sitting in the floor, and you're going to see them cruising around what we're doing, and I just apologize ahead of time for their excitement. So I've already removed a couple of the a couple of sections of the weeks. So the weeks, if you look closely at the way that it's made up top here, and I don't think my camera is going to focus in, you're going to have to look at it on your own. Each little section is a separate booklet. So for each booklet there's 1, 2, 3, nope, there's 1, 2, 3 pages, and then here is the middle section. So let me make sure this one is the same way. 1, 2, 3, yes, no, 3, 4. So they are going to differ in how many pages are between. This one is actually 4. So what you do is you find the center of one of those sections. So the way you can find it is you can either look here up top and you'll see where the middle page is. And another way you can find it is by locating these strings. And like I said, I don't know if you can see, but there's a string here, a string here, a string here, here, and here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to lift that string up and we're going to cut it. And I'm not going to go through the whole book. Once you do this and you pull them out, then you can see, you'll know how to do the rest of the pages. So some of them will come on out because they've been cut on the other side, and some of them you'll have to lift up and then cut. So you pull it out like that. There's another one. And you want to go kind of careful because the Tomoe River paper is thin and you don't want to rip your pages. So we're going to go through and we're going to pop these up, and after you get those popped up, you can take the first page and then the last page of that little booklet. If you come up here, you can see the last page. Okay, so there's our little booklet. Like I said, I don't know if you can see it. And we're going to gently tug on it. And see how it just comes right out? And if you find that you're getting resistance, just take your scissors and cut that string that's giving you resistance. Okay, and then it just comes right out. Alright, and so there you have the next booklet. So you want to try to, keep them in order. Okay, so let's do one more section. It actually helps if you cut the ribbons out, because then you can see the top of where these pages are. So one more section and then we'll move on to how to get them punched and everything. So we're going to look up here, we're going to pull a section out. I said these ribbons are really causing me problems. I'll turn it this way. And so I can see. Like I said, I'm sorry if my camera is not focusing. So you see where it's pulling up here, we know that's another booklet. And then if you turn it back around, so once you get into the book, a couple of books out, or separate little books, you can kind of pull, and then carefully the string will pull out, and you won't have to pull it up with a toothpick or whatever. And you can take, if you have really small crafting scissors, that would be a lot better than these big honking kitchen scissors that I have. And then you can snip the strings that are snagging, or a razor blade, or an X-Acto knife, something like that. But you want to pull very carefully. Okay, you can see that it's coming on out, and there it comes. Okay, so I did see on Facebook that some women used, they would take a ruler, lay it as close to the edge as they could get it, and they would use an X-Acto knife and cut it sheet by sheet, or it would probably cut 3 or 4 sheets at a time. I am no good with an X-Acto knife or a box cutter or anything like that when it comes to cutting paper. So this method works for me because there's little room for error. If you're careful and you pull those separate booklets just carefully and snip those strings, they will come out perfectly. So now we're going to look at what we do next. So now we'll pretend we've gotten all the little booklets out, and we'll take a paper cutter. You can use a guillotine, you can bring the ruler and the X-Acto knife in, whatever works for you. And we're just going to take the center section of the little booklet. It's right here, and this one still has some strings in it, so you may need to clear those out. Line it up, on your little thing. You know how to cut paper, I'm sure. And I want to make sure that I get it just right. And like I said, you can use the fold that was in the booklet to get it just right. And then just slice. And sometimes I like to start in the middle so that the paper don't pull. And just go carefully. Slowly and carefully. And so there it is. And there's the other side. And so when you paper punch it, because you want it to lay in your planner like this, you would paper punch here and here. So you would lay it like this. Yes, I definitely want to take some off the bottom. So don't forget to do that. You will want to take some off the bottom. This is the hardest part, is just getting this stuff lined up just right. If you like your stuff lined up just right. So there we've got it. Like I said, I like to start in the middle and come out. That way it doesn't wrinkle my paper up. And there it is. And I'll probably take a corner rounder and round. I will take the corner rounder and round the corners. And alright, so we're going to line it up, make sure that each side is equal, and then punch it. So there it is. And then the next set. And you may want to trim these edges if you want to, if you think it's going to bother you. I'm not particular about my edges because only I'm going to see them. This Tomo River paper can be a tad bit tricky because it's so thin. It likes to get wrinkled up or caught up on stuff. So you do have to be careful when you're trying to, trying to do anything with it. It can be quite persnickety. This thing has never given me any difficulties until I try to make a video. And then it decides that it doesn't want to punch paper anymore. Okay. Some there. So let me put them back in order. That should be 2. So out of order. Okay, so there we have it. There are those. And now let's get them in here so you can see them. Ooh, I just did a no-no. I just pulled those rings. And there they are. So now you have your weeks in your rings. I hope this video has helped. If you have any questions, comments, post them below. Thanks for watching, and good night.